right out of that zone. Okay, we're here with Randy Rogers, the one and only Holy Terror multi-world champion. She took home about half the trophies, I think, this year, didn't she?
She did. And may I brag on the girl for just a moment? At the Wild Bunch, there was one clean shooter for the entire match.
Who would that be?
One. And you may be on the phone with her right now. Good job, Randy.
Wow. Well, that is something to be proud
you were
of.
right there with me. I mean, look at you with all your trophies.
Yeah. As I recall, you still kicked our collective asses, though, so good on you.
You have to say butts on the radio.
I'm sorry, our collective tails. And I want to say big respect for being able to do the job that you did and take home world championships in what is unarguably two different disciplines, because it's really switched. In fact, a fun question, if you don't mind me asking. How hard is it for you going from a semi-auto, which is kind of your home planet, to going back to dealing with a single action?
I'm pretty lucky. I don't have too much trouble going from the semi-auto to the single action. I think the thing that I have the most trouble with is in my modern sports where I actually shoot a single action, or I have for the last several years. I've been shooting a 1911 in 9mm in IDPA and stuff. And so it's much harder for me actually to go from IDPA style shooting to Wild Bunch, because in Wild Bunch you cannot move
the motion
with that loaded firearm. Yeah. And I can everywhere else. So I have to really, really think about it. And I actually, I kind of cut myself off from all my other shooting for 3 or 4 months. It kind of works out because of the way the season falls. I'm mostly done with everything in December. So from December to February, because in the trails at the beginning of the year, I can really focus on just Wild Bunch and Cowboy, and that helps. But that's the hard transition for me, is making sure I don't walk around with a loaded firearm, because I'm used to doing that. We do that all the time.
And for those that don't know, who is your grandfather?
So my grandfather is Evil Roy, real name Gene Piercy, and my grandmother was Wicked Felina, and they started shooting in 1993, and they were very lucky. They were kind of semi-retired when they started, and so they got to travel all over the country for years and years. And my grandfather decided to shorten his career and started up a shooting school, and so he kind of made a name for himself with that, really passing on his craft and his trade and his knowledge to all kinds of shooters all over the country. And so he got to be kind of a big name in the cowboy action world, and I am very blessed that I got to train with him for so long.
And how's he doing? I know he retired from cowboy shooting. Is he retired from all shooting now, or what's going on?
He is not retired from plinking. He still goes out in his backyard nearly every day and shoots about 50 rounds. And he calls me up quite regularly to remind me that dry fire is the very best type of practice ever. And so he still does that. I think every night drives my grandmother slowly insane, dry firing in the evening. But no, he's still very active. Both he and my grandmother are still very healthy and very active. They just got to where the travel was a lot for them. They did it for 30 years, and they were pulling a trailer and a motorhome and trying to load up all the stuff, and it just got to be more than they were excited for. So they also understand wanting to just take a little bit of a break.
God bless.
It is a lot.
Well, now here's a loaded question. Do you think he'll ever come back?
I doubt it. He's kind of enjoying his retirement. The other thing is, my grandfather, he's a wonderful man, but he's always been very, very competitive. He raced motorcycles, in his 20s, and he did a lot of martial arts in his 30s and 40s, and he started shooting. He actually didn't start shooting until he was nearly 50 years old. And he's very competitive, very type A, and he also kind of enjoys the podium. And so I'm not sure he could ever come back and not be on the podium again. He won his very last year that he was competing, and he liked going out a winner, and I think he's kind of just going to keep it that way.
You go out on top, you stay on top, huh?
Believe me, I can completely understand that.
And Randy, you're getting a lot of love online already. Actually, Big Jake wants to make sure he says hi to you and old Evil Roy too. So just you're getting tons of it on here. Everyone when we kind of announced you out was just like pouring out because you're our
Kinda blew up,
special.
yeah.
You were a special secret guest on. So everyone kind of when they heard the name pop up and all, they all kind of blew up with us. So it was really nice.
Well, big thank you, everybody. That's awesome. I'm thrilled to be on today. We're going to get you excited again. I feel it.
Oh yeah.
So, if a new category is not the answer, maybe a new sport is. Maybe you need to come out and play Wild Bunch with us.
You know, I tried that. Well, it was a couple of years ago. I came out and I shot. I don't think I'd shot a match before. I came out and EOT was my first attempt. And
Boy, that's jumping in with both feet.
yeah, well,
Right.
you were there.
Oh my
It was
God.
like 2 or 3 years ago. Right?
Yeah, and
Just
I ended
recently.
up like 5th in my class. I shot traditional, yeah, and I ended up 5th in my class, and it was interesting, and I did kind of enjoy it. But the problem with doing it at End of Trail is the time. I just don't have it. You know, I mean, I literally, the match starts on Thursday. It's in Arizona. I leave Wednesday, you know, to get there to get signed in and get ready for Thursday. I shoot Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I shoot, and then as soon as I'm done, my last round, I'm in my car and on my way home because I got stuff to do.
Maybe that's some of the pressure that Randy was talking about earlier. Though.
Yeah.
If you have that feeling that something's looming over your shoulder every minute.
Well, you know, I literally usually walk around like I got a piano hanging over my head.
Just waiting for
Actually,
it.
for me, it would be gun safe, but you get the point. So, Randy, tell us about shooting for Ruger.
Oh, shooting for Ruger is a dream come true. Oh my gosh, they are gun people running a gun company making guns. You know,
Look at that.
That is
Trifecta.
awesome.
really nice. It's really nice. They, my boss Paul is awesome. The other members of the shooting team and the influencing team, they're just fantastic to work with. Anytime I get the chance, and yeah, I mean, I get to shoot guns for a living. I mean, how bad is that?
That is pretty cool.
Pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
Are there any other, like, say, shooting disciplines you're kind of curious about that you look about maybe dipping your toes into in the future at all?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to join my teammate, Doug Koenig. He does the precision rifle shooting, and he has just really taken that and run with it the last 4 or 5 years. And I am just so jealous every time I see a post about that. I think that looks like the most fun to just have a rifle and to shoot long distance and to shoot the different positions, the standing and the kneeling. And they have all these props that you have to shoot off of. And oh my gosh, I think that looks like fun, but it would be a whole new weapon system. And I'm not quite ready to bite off more than I can chew.
I understand
But
that.
now, you know, if you're talking about dreams come true, that would probably be my next one. That would be really fun. I'd love to give that a try someday.
Very cool. Have you tried the pistol caliber carbine stuff yet?
I have, and I like the pistol caliber carbine. But for me, it's a question kind of, you have to really like, I've found over the years, because there's gotten to be so many different shooting sports and so many different divisions and disciplines, for me to do well, I really had to kind of start focusing. And so I did do the pistol caliber carbine for several years, but transitioning back and forth, the thing about the pistol caliber carbine is it's really about being able to move the rifle in and around props. And I just wasn't doing it enough to be effective at it. And so I love it. I highly recommend it. I mean, shooting a rifle in a pistol match, I mean, no one would say cheating, but I mean, it's about as close as you can get, right?
It looks like a lot of fun, and Ruger does make a couple of real
Boy,
nice
do they.
Oh, yeah.
pistol caliber carbines.
They do. They do. If any of the listeners have interest in it and have been kind of on the fence, I highly recommend taking the plunge because it's awesome.
Look at that, folks. You heard it here.
There you go. Two things I want you to take back to Ruger when you talk to him. Number one, the PC9 or the police caliber or carbine 9 is a great gun. They need to make it in 45.
If you have anyone's ear, he's been on about this.
Yeah, that is a grand slam. You know, when we get the old Marlin camp guns in for auction, there's the Marlin 9 Camp 9 and a Marlin Camp 45. The 9s always get $600, $700, $800. The 45s always get $2,000.
Easily.
All right.
And they kind of suck.
Yeah, they're not a great gun.
Not a great gun.
If Ruger put their minds to it, they would make it fantastic. That would be not a home run. That would be a grand slam. And the other thing to take to them is you need to tell them they need to start sponsoring our show.
Oh, yeah.
We would love to have them on, and because I've got feelers into about 6 different manufacturers, but Ruger's close, and I do shoot Vaquero, so Ruger is close to home.
Come
for
on,
me.
Right.
So we need to get them on as a sponsor.
Will you start shooting a Marlin?
All right, I'm writing the letter right now.
There you go.
Nice to hear it, right?
Hey, I want to add one more thing really quickly. For those of you that have never had the pleasure of shooting with Randy, in addition to being an absolute apex arch competitor, she is one of the best people you could ever hope to have on a posse, just in terms of keeping the posse moving, keeping it running, attending to all the posse chores no matter what. You really are a delight to shoot with, and so is Gordon.
And she's really great when she walks in on you in your hotel room.
Oh, hey, whoa.
Sounds like a story.
Do you remember that, Randy?
I do. That's still probably one of my top 5 stories. Nothing torrid happened.
No, I had just walked in, set my suitcase on the ground, turned the TV on, and my door opens. And look, it's Holy Terror.
Hey.
Like, hi, what are you up to?
What is this, a sitcom?
She's like, whoop, 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 whoop. She did the curly shuffle right out the back door. Randy, we got to go. Thanks so much for coming on, especially last second like you did.
Absolutely. Thank you
It's
so
my
much,
pleasure.
Randy.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Have a great day, and hopefully you'll get more excited about coming out and shooting with us.
I will try and tell you, Grandpa, we said hey too, okay?
God bless you, Randy.
Will do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. We'll talk
Thanks,
to you
Randy.
soon, okay? Take care.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, guys, that's the one and only Holy Terror, Randy Rogers. What a great gal.
Absolutely.
All right, you're listening to Gunslingers right here on
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
and we'll be back with our second
Power.
packed hour and phone calls. Give us a call.